Okay, so the date is the 20th of April 2023. Let me take you back 2 weeks, well, just over 2 weeks, to April the 2nd. Some of you may or may not know, but I play football. I play professional football for Birmingham City. And, you know, playing in the game, 20 minutes in, I get the ball. Obviously, I play on the left-hand side, so I've got the ball on the left-hand side. I've turned to face up, obviously facing forward. There's a girl in front of me. So I've gone inside, and as I've gone inside, there's another girl coming on to the right of me. So I'm basically in between two players at this point. As they've both gotten closer, the girl to the right of me has stuck her leg out. I've just seen a leg come out in front of me. So I've knocked the ball through the middle of both of them. And as I've knocked it through, I've planted my right foot to change direction, and as I've done that, my knee has just gone inwards and outwards, and I felt a pop straight away. And yeah, I just knew straight away that I'd done something. And I was on the floor in pain for a good 5 minutes. Like I could not move. The only pain I felt was at the front here and on the inside. So, you know, the doctor, the physio comes on, and they're looking at my knee. And I'm in so much pain at this point. So I just knew, obviously, that I couldn't carry on. It was just, I knew I'd done something. I got up, finally, stood up, and I tried to put my weight on it. I tried to walk normally, and I said, nah. It's not happening. Sat on the bench, and at this point, I'm just fuming. I'm fuming because I know that what I've done is just, it's not looking good. And all I remember was sitting there and the sun was beaming in my face, and I'm like, get me out the fucking sun. Get me out the sun. I remember someone giving me a water bottle and I just dashed it on the floor, bro. I said, nah, get me inside. Got the doctor and one of the girls to take me inside. And the doctor looked at me on the physio bed, done all the tests on my knee. Everything was looking fine until they done like the meniscus one. And that was a bit painful when he was touching it, and I was just like, yeah, that hurts there. My knee kind of just went massive straight away. So obviously he had to go back out because he needed to be pitch side. So I was in there on my own at this point. And then I'm just sat there, bro, deep in it, and I was just like, fuck, I've just done my knee. And that's when I started to cry, because I'm just like, I've just done my fucking knee and I can't walk. And I knew, like I said, I heard the pop, so I knew something went right. So anyway, like I said, my knee swelled up mad. I'm going to put a picture up on here so you lot can actually see it. So my knee swelled up, and I obviously was on crutches, couldn't walk, couldn't drive, couldn't do anything the first day or so. So that happened on a Sunday. They got me my MRI on the Wednesday. Obviously in my head at this point I'm thinking, okay, it's either MCL or meniscus, which is not that big of a deal, do you know what I mean? Like, the recovery time for that, you're looking at about 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how bad it is, yeah? So I'm thinking, okay, cool, I can live with that. In my head I'd already accepted anyway that my season was done, and I was fine with that. I had my MRI on the Wednesday, and unfortunately, the week that my MRI was, it was a bank holiday weekend, so Friday was a bank holiday, and then the Monday was a bank holiday. When we went to get the MRI, the people were like, yeah, like the guy's quite quick. He normally gets back the following day. Thursday, nothing. Friday, obviously the bank holiday. They're open Saturday, but only for a few hours. So Saturday, nothing. Sunday, they're closed. Monday, it was bank holiday. So I've basically gone at this point a week not knowing what the fuck is wrong with my knee. So every single day, no word of a lie, just random outbursts, bruv. I'm just crying, like, because the worst part about it is the waiting, not knowing what you've done. It was just the worst thing, like a week not knowing what I've done to my knee. So after the first 3 days that I'd actually done it, I was like walking, obviously not walking properly, but I was getting about, you know, living life. Like I still had some sort of normality to my life. Tuesday comes, so they're open now, so I'm thinking, okay, we have to get them today, surely. Like, so the day goes by, nothing. So I had a lash appointment booked at 3 o'clock because at this point I'd cried all my fucking lashes away. I had like one lash on each eye, so I was like, let me go get my lashes done to make me feel a little bit better about myself, do you know what I mean? So I get my lashes done, come out now, it's about 5 o'clock, and I had a missed call from the doctor. Or no, he texted me actually, asking if I was free for a call. So to me, I was just like, okay, he's got the results then. So come at my lash appointment, and he calls me and he's asking how I am, asking how my knee is and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, like, you know, I'm walking and stuff, it's still a little bit swollen, but it's going down each day, like. So he's like, Shiv, got some bad news. You've done your ACL. And at this point, like I said, I just got my lashes done, a full set of lashes. So I'm thinking in my head, I ain't crying, because what the fuck do I look like? I've just got my lashes done. I've been crying every day for the past week. I don't have any more tears left to shed, babe. I don't. So I held it, I firmed it, like the real G that I am, I firmed it. And I had no words, bro. I had no words. I'm like, bro, tell me a joke, but don't tell me a lie. What do you mean I've done my ACL? I'm walking, I'm active, like, what does that even mean? He was just like, yeah, your ACL is fully ruptured. You've partially torn your MCL and your meniscus. So I'm like, class. Class. That's top fucking class. So yeah, I was just, like I said, I didn't even cry at this point because like I said, I had no more tears left to shed. I was just like, what on earth? I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I'm just like, what? Like, because when they were doing the ACL testing on my knee, I wasn't feeling anything, bro. Like, I couldn't feel anything. But the reason I couldn't feel anything is because it's not fucking there. Yeah, so currently got no ACL in my leg. My MCL is grade 3 torn and my meniscus is done. So it's not the ideal scenario at all. Just simply because, you know, when you're an athlete, you never want to get injured, but this is probably the worst one that you can get, especially if you're a footballer. It is a common injury in football, but no one wants to do their fucking ACL. And the worst thing about it for me is, obviously I play internationally for Jamaica, and Jamaica have qualified for the World Cup this year in July. So that's out the fucking window. Like, the possibility of being selected for that's not happening. So that is the most gutting thing about it. I mean, either way, no matter when it would happen, I'd be gutted, but that just cuts a little deeper, do you know what I mean? I got my results, ended up seeing the surgery consultant on Monday. It's currently Thursday, and at this point I hadn't seen my MRI scan results. I just seen like the report that they gave me. So go in there now, and I'm like, I need you to pull up these MRI images because I need to see it from my own eyes, because I still don't believe it, bruv. I need to see it. So he pulls it up and he's going through it, shows me my ACL, nowhere to be seen. Shows me my MCL, it's still intact, but it's like partially torn. And my meniscus, they're not 100% sure what the situation is with that. He thinks it's possibly torn at the root. So basically your meniscus is like the shock absorber that's underneath your kneecap. At like the back here, on obviously this side, and it like connects to like the I don't know, like the joint or something in your knee where the root is or something, like the socket, I don't know. But he thinks it's potentially torn from there. I couldn't have fucked it up anymore, honestly. He's just obviously looking at it and he's like, you know, if he was a regular person, you could potentially get away with rehabbing it for a couple of weeks and having it in a couple of months, and having it in a knee brace. But obviously with the level of sport that you play at, and if you want to continue playing and you want to play for a long time, then you're probably going to need surgery. And I was just like, okay, well, I had that in my head anyway. I didn't have in my head that I was going to go in there with 0 ACL in my knee and they be like, yeah, you'll be fine, just rehab it and you'll be cool. Like, I knew that surgery was going to be spoken about. And he's like, so how soon do you want this done? I said, ASAP Rocky, like, as soon as you can, bro. Like, obviously that was on Monday and he was like, okay, cool, what about Friday? I said, let's do it. So yeah, I had my pre-op yesterday and my surgery is tomorrow at 12 PM. So I'm actually gassed, I'm not gonna lie. buzzing at the fact that I've got everything done so quickly. Like, I'm really grateful for, you know, Birmingham for sorting that, because if I'm a regular person and I don't have, you know, private healthcare, I'm probably waiting years to even get the MRI. And I've got the whole process done within 2.5 weeks. So I am extremely grateful for that, and I'm just ready now. Like, as soon as that surgery's done, I'm one day closer to coming back, do you know what I mean? It's not going to be easy. Like, there's going to be days where I'm going to struggle, because I know that the whole rehab process is going to be mentally draining, and it's going to be very repetitive, and it's going to do my head in. But I just know that even though it doesn't make sense to me right now, I'm going to look back this time next year and be like, okay, it makes sense. Because in my head, the only sense that it makes is I go 100 miles an hour, and I have been for the past 2 or 3 years, in terms of football, in terms of building my business, in terms of creating content, in terms of building my brand. Like, I've been going 100 miles an hour, and I've gone from working as a postie, playing part-time football, running my own business, to then playing professional football, playing international football, and managing my business and being a content creator in the space of 2 years. And as the years have gone on, I've just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger in terms of my TikTok, in terms of my Instagram. Like, my following is just constantly growing. And, you know, the bigger you get, the more opportunities you get, the more brand deals you get. And I've been saying for a long time, it kind of hit me at the beginning of the year. I was just like, I feel like I don't have a minute to myself. Like, if I'm not playing football, I'm recording content. If I'm not recording content, I'm editing content. If I'm not editing content, I'm doing something for my business. Like, and it's just a constant cycle, and I feel like I just couldn't breathe. Like, especially in January, you know, they say like January is a quiet month. Like, mate, when you work in the fitness industry, it's not. Like, you know, new year, new me, all that stuff, everyone's getting in the gym and all that. And I was just like, January came and I was just slapped with so much stuff. Like, I've done a campaign for JD, I've done something else for them, I got signed as an athlete for Women's Best, I had deliverables, like TikToks due, I had this due, like, and it just like, I was just like, what the hell, like, I couldn't breathe. And when you don't get downtime for yourself, it started to kind of like affect my football. Not like in a bad way, but like, I was just like not as motivated to go, because I was just like, I just want a second to myself. Like, I couldn't be fully present, because I've just got all this stuff going on, and I've got nowhere to offload it, do you know what I mean? So to me, this is kind of like, even though I knew that when it happened, I still didn't stop, because like I said, I will not stop. I just go and I go and I go and I go. So the universe said, Shiv, if you cannot hear, you must feel. So I think this is why this has happened, because now I have no choice but to sit my ass down. And it's shit, because I'm so used to being 100 miles an hour all the time. Especially after tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to do anything for a hot minute. So yeah, I think that is the lesson, not the lesson, but the message in it for me is just like, have a bit of grace for yourself. Like, it's all well and good having goals that you want to reach, but if you're not putting yourself first, and if you're not, you know, giving yourself time for yourself, then it's not worth it, because you're not going to be present. So yeah, but just know that this comeback is going to be fucking crazy. Like, I just know, like, the only thing I'm focusing on right now is getting back on that fucking pitch. Obviously, it's kind of shit, because it affects everything. It affects my football, it affects my job, it affects everything that I do. It affects who I am, literally. But like I said, it's happened for a reason, and I think I know what that reason is. But yeah, it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just one of them things that happen when you're an athlete. Injuries are part and parcel of it. So like I said, the comeback's going to be a mad thing, and I just want to say before I go, Thank you, obviously, to all you guys, everyone who supports me, who follows me, who watches my content, likes my content. Even if you hate me, I love you. I just appreciate every single one of you. I would not be in the position that I am if it wasn't for you guys supporting me and all that good stuff. So yeah, content may not be as regular as what you're used to, but I ain't going anywhere. I'm going to document this whole thing, the whole process. You're going to see a Shiv 2.0 by the end of this, I'm telling you that for free. Yeah, the recovery time it's looking kind of lengthy. They're saying 9 months for the whole thing, but me being me, I ain't going to take 9 months, bro. I'll see you in 7. Like, I know people are telling me, oh, Shiv, don't be so stupid, because if you come back too early, like, you're going to do it again. But I'm built different, bro. I'm built different. This comeback is going to be crazy. So yeah, that is it, guys. I'm going to keep you all updated with everything. I'm going to vlog as much as I can through the whole process. And yeah, peace out.